All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. It's the artist Andrew speaking. And let's give this just a quick second to see if you guys can actually hear me in the audio. I'm waiting for YouTube to catch up. Oh, there we go. And we're good. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Friday night? Right now, it's just me by myself, which is okay. That's usually how it starts. I sent out invites to a couple of people. We'll see who's able to make it. I think Dillard's live streaming right now as well, so my guess is he probably won't come by. But we'll see if Todd or Avery or Kodiak or any other list of characters we get in here from time to time are able to join. That'd be fantastic. But we'll probably start off the usual way with doing a drawing. I had gotten in my head an idea to do like a sketch a day, like a full drawing a day, kind of the Inktober thing. Maybe not exactly following the Inktober rules, but at least doing a drawing a day. And I realized today's already October 2nd, so I'm already behind. And I got so much crap going on, it's like literally impossible for me to get something like that going. But that's all right. I do have some pads of paper. What did I do with the big pad of paper that I had? Well, maybe this is it. Oh, wait a minute. This is 11 by 14. Okay, cool. This will work. Actually, I do have something in here that I'm supposed to be working on. But let me switch cameras. Let me see if we get this all set up. You know how that goes. Oh, somebody's here. Hold on a second. Hello?
Shut up.
What are we looking at here?
Nothing.
What's your camera pointing towards? Is that the ceiling or your desk?
It doesn't matter. Don't you worry about that.
I can't tell if it's your ceiling or not. Maybe. How's it going, man?
I have white ceilings. You know that.
Yeah, but I can't be honest with you. I can't tell what I'm looking at, so I don't know.
It doesn't matter what you're looking at.
It might be. It might be important.
Don't you worry about it. It's more important than your artwork. That's true.
See, I think people are going to look back on these videos as historical documents, and they're going to wonder, what the hell was Avery sharing?
No.
That's all right.
No one's ever going to see this.
You're right. We're going to go back to focusing on just me then. So
you have nothing to contribute.
Well, I'm going to try to do a drawing.
No one wants to see that furry pornography.
You might just be right. You might just be right. How you doing?
I'm fine.
We missed you last week.
I didn't miss you.
Somebody in the audience confused Todd with you, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I was not here.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Well, most people don't get to see who else is on the show.
Well, most people know who's on the show.
They can't see who's on the show.
Yeah, but you guys aren't important, you know?
Neither are you.
Yeah, I know, but in the scale,
just a furry pornographer.
In the scale of
importance.
In the scale of importance, I would probably be considered the most.
No, never in your life.
On my channel, I am. I think it's the one advantage I have over you guys. So on my channel, I'm the most important thing.
No. You're wrong.
But I do appreciate all of you.
No, you don't.
Oh, heck yeah, I do.
No, never.
Why do you say that?
Because it's the truth. I only speak the truth.
Well,
I never lie.
When you're not here, we miss you.
I didn't miss you.
I know. I cannot put my feelings in your head, you know?
How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Oh, darn.
Surviving.
Of Unanswered prayers. No,
How about you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Lovely headaches.
Oh. Getting in the cooler season. My God, I got up yesterday and it was like in the 50s. Felt so good.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm looking forward to the cooler weather.
self-medicating.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crown has a green apple flavored whiskey. I can't afford any right now.
yeah.
I do have some whiskey, and I have some green apple flavored soda. So that's what I put in the soda.
Oh,
And it's pretty good.
really?
Yeah.
That sounds.
It tastes like whiskey. It tastes like green apple Jolly Ranchers with a hint of whiskey.
Oh, okay. And what kind of soda is it? You said green apple soda?
Yes.
Okay.
It's generic shit too, and it's like good.
Oh, okay.
It's the stuff at Harvey's that used to be Winn-Dixie brand.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
Oh, it is good. It is good. It's like the one of those sodas that's really good.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know anybody else who makes a green apple flavored soda.
Is it like the Harvey store brand soda?
Yeah, check.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Check. It used to be Winn-Dixie brand. Now it's Harvey's.
Okay.
In some areas, it may still be Winn-Dixie. Those stores may still be Winn-Dixie for all I know.
What's up, Nerf herder?
Cock and balls.
That's right. That's
Wait,
right.
wait. Your balls are up too?
You
How's
guys,
it going?
Did you get the beans above the Franks?
Always.
you guys,
But naturally that way.
I changed. You know the avatar that you have. I changed my avatar. You want to see what it is?
Oh no.
Wrong.
Did you really?
It's from the debate. There was a moment where he's just like sitting there, like, "Oh God, why am I doing this?" type of thing, and I just like, "Oh, I got to screenshot that."
Jeez. It's so funny.
So how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. How are
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I took some time off of work. Got off work a little early today, so like around 1 o'clock, and ran some errands with the wife, and took her by the store. So she hadn't been there in a while. So I brought her to the store, showed her what I had going on, happening there, and then we ran some errands and got some dinner, and yeah, it wasn't bad. It's a nice little Friday afternoon with the wife.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and dinner was Taco Bell. She was in the mood for Taco Bell, so I win.
You win because you got to eat Taco Bell for dinner.
I win because I was able to make her happy with something as simple as Taco Bell.
Oh yeah, that is a win.
You know, that's 27 years of being together where she doesn't it doesn't bother her that I'm. Hey, listen, had she asked for filet mignon, I would have taken care of her. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but she wanted Taco Bell, so
Uh-huh.
so we did Taco Bell,
Sure.
and I told her a story, which I'm going to tell you guys about,
Oh,
Oh no.
goody.
in which I saved a woman's life not once but twice, a woman and her children, and I told my wife the story, and she was thoroughly disappointed in me, but she
For
does.
saving she's well, we're all thoroughly disappointed in you, but I mean,
It is possible that my actions put the woman in jeopardy in the first place. But the truth, and she admitted it, I did save her life. So I
So
mean,
wait. So what you just said, you're basically like a politician. You cause the problem and then you create a bill to solve the problem.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Creative.
So So it was, I don't remember if it was in the afternoon or in the morning, but I went by Walmart, and it was like a week ago or so. And I don't know why I haven't told you guys this story, because it was so interesting when it happened.
Oh,
No, not really. And it was really, really windy here in town. I mean, to the point where it was surprisingly windy. It might even have been like before or after the hurricanes or whatever, right? So I go to Walmart and I'm doing my normal thing, and I leave and I go and I push the cart and I put the cart here. I got to switch cameras because you guys need to, follow along with the story. So I push the cart to the end of where my car's parked, right? And I go to get back in the car. And as soon as I get in the car, the wind is blowing so hard that it caught the cart. And just so happens I was kind of on a little bit of an incline. So the cart starts racing towards a woman who is getting her kids into her car, and she's not paying attention to what's going on behind her. And this cart is racing right towards her and her children in their car. And I'm like, oh, crap. So I jump out of my car and I run. And you guys know me, I don't run. So, and I catch the cart. The funny thing is the cart had already started to slow down, but I caught it. And I got it before went and killed this woman and her children. I mean, it was going to happen. So I turn around, I push the cart back, and I put it back in front of my car, but I put it at an angle so it was facing this way instead of directly at them. So then I got back into the car, I started up the engine, and the wind was so hard that the wind literally pushed the cart a second time, and it started heading right back for the lady and her kids. Now, at this point, I'd already started the car. I jumped out of my car, left the car running with the door open, and ran and grabbed the cart a second time and saved the woman's life a second time. And at that point, I went and took the cart and put it back where in the cart return area, where it belongs, exactly. And then I went back to the car, and the woman was completely oblivious. There were no thank yous. There were no thank you so much, here's some money, type of things. None of that happened. Even though had she realized what I had done to just save her life, it could have happened, but it didn't.
Where if you what you were supposed to do from the get-go, it never would have been a problem.
It never would have happened. Had I just driven my car and left and just let the cart go, I never would have known what happened. But I saved the woman's life twice, and I'm pretty proud of myself.
I mean, you're a real American hero.
I am. I mean, I did something that most people would not have done. I ran.
I thought you were going to say you left a cart where it shouldn't have been.
I was a fat man went running after a loose cart that was heading right towards a poor civilian woman and her children. I had it not been my cart, the story would have been even better, but it was my cart. So
if you would just put the cart in the cart return.
Yeah, but the cart return was like 2 or 3 spots away. That's way too far.
You're terrible. And
had I parked in an area where there were other cars around me and the cart was heading towards a parked car, I may not have paid attention. Whatever. Shit like that happens all the time. But it was heading downhill towards a woman. And you guys want to hear the worst part of this whole story? I kept thinking to myself, why don't I have my camera out? Why am I not recording this? I need people to see my heroic adventures. I need people to make, get GoFundMe pages out for the hero of Walmart that saved this woman and her children.
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty pathetic.
I did put him in harm's way to begin with, but I did at least, I did what most men probably would have done.
You're pretty terrible.
I know. But I told that story to my wife. She was rather unimpressed. But, at least I put the effort in, So, Todd, how's it going with you?
Oh man, it's going okay.
Yeah.
hmm
Any chance you know the results of the Harvey Awards?
Oh, let's look. Hold on.
Oh, please do. I'm going to switch my camera back over and continue to work on my drawing.
I've been listening to LaFeld's
Observations.
observations. It's actually pretty good.
What's he talking about now?
So he's doing the So he's talking about the Sabotage storyline, which is the Todd McFarlane and LaFeld crossover.
Okay.
It's actually really
Wait, which story is it? Oh, is it the X-Force Spider-Man?
The X-Force, yeah.
The Sideways issues.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Hold on. I'm trying to do two things at once.
I know it's difficult. Try running after a runaway cart and being fat. It's not easy. But I did it, so I mean you can do it.
Give me 1 second. So the nominees have been revealed.
Yeah, we knew that.
And then they revealed the inductees, the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
When the hell do you find out about when the damn? No, they still have not announced the damn Harvey Award winner. It takes so long to figure out. There's only like 10 people nominated. It's like,
don't they know we've already done a show about it? We already know the winner.
I know.
All right, well.
Julia's running around naked.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, the observations. So it's about that X-Force Spider-Man crossover.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting because it's all the inside baseball behind the scenes things. So the name of the storyline was Sabotage, right?
Yeah.
And that was the one with the Juggernaut and Black Tom and X-Force and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that they called it Sabotage because they were trying to sabotage Jim Lee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're hyper competitive, So that was originally scheduled. They originally McFarlane came up with the idea and then originally pitched it to Rob for August, whatever. It was the same month that X-Men #1 was supposed to come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you don't, I mean, it's so hard to remember, but it actually came out the month after because they couldn't get it pushed through, and apparently. McFarlane, they were supposed to, all those issues were supposed to be Sideways. And I guess what happened was, Mike Carlin, who is the editor of the X-Force book, was away and left his assistant, and his assistant gave the green light to Rob Liefeld to go ahead and do it. They're like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And so he did it. And then when Mike Carlin came out, he threw a humongous hissy fit and then had some assistant chop up the original pages and redesign the pages as a vertical layout.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he asked Rob to redraw it, and Rob was like, "I got paid, man. I'm not redrawing that shit." And so they gave it to an intern or somebody at the office to literally take scissors to the original artwork and to the original pages and cut it up and repaste it. And so that's why the books look so weird. Or one of the books, I think the first book or the second book he got, because there's a 3-issue thing.
Oh, I don't remember it as 3 issues. I remember the 2 issues.
Yeah, well, that's why, because the 3rd issue was the first one, and I think the first one was supposed to be horizontal as well.
Now that's funny. I'll have to go actually look for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Art T-Bear told a story about it too on his channel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was around too.
That's funny. It's really good stories. He's got some really good stories. It's entertaining. It's complete cheese. It's not anything serious. But it is interesting to hear kind of the behind the scenes thing. And the other interesting thing I thought is and I didn't know this, but he wrote all of those New Mutants books and all of those X-Force books.
Really?
Yeah. So the way
Wasn't it Fabian Nices, whatever his name is? Wasn't he the one with X-Force?
I believe so, but I think, I mean, at least according to Rob, he basically drew everything, and the only thing he didn't do was the letters. Like, so like the editors didn't know what the story was going to be until they opened up the FedEx box and the pages came out. So the whole thing with Strife and the whole thing with Cable and his, that whole thing with, being Reed Richards' kid, like that was supposedly all Rob, and according to him, and
Right.
but he. Cable,
Reed Richards.
yeah,
You mean Scott Summers?
Scott Summers, thank you, Scott Summers, yeah, and but there was some really interesting things, like he, supposedly, like the two things that I thought was like really interesting was like, so he came up with Cable, and had this whole backstory plan. Basically, what came out, he had already pre-planned, and he put it out there, and then he opened up one of the annuals of that summer, which was the Art Adams, Chris Claremont one. Do you remember that character Ahab?
Yep.
Yeah. So he opened up the book and was reading it, and it was really obvious that Chris Claremont was peppering the groundwork for Cable to be Ahab.
Yes, he was. There's actually a scene where he looks directly into Cable's.
That's right. It's a
See
scene
anybody
when you see someone you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has like the white streak in his hair, and he has the same glowing eye and the same scar, and Rob was like furious. So that was one of the reasons why he kind of like pushed the issue to get Strife in there and to do all that, to kind of like lock it in. I thought that was completely interesting. Like I didn't. Now once he said that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes total sense. But the other thing that I thought was interesting is he said he never had time to do it. He left before he was able to finish. But his whole game plan was to embed Cable super deep into Marvel lore.
Right.
So the original plan, had he stayed at Marvel, the next story arc or one of the future story arcs was going to be, and I thought this was actually kind of cool. He was like, well, you think about the X-Men and you think about the Danger Room. The Danger Room's been an X-Men since the very beginning. And when it was introduced in the very beginning, it was kind of like just a room, and they kind of like with Kirby. But then when Byrne got a hold of it, it became like this crazy high-tech, super futuristic thing.
Right.
Even if you were the smartest man in the world and you had, you could basically know everything because you could read people's minds, and you were like a billionaire several times over, that still doesn't justify how you would have that technology. And so what he was going to do is he was going to have Cable, the time travel, a younger Cable, like an X-Man age Cable, go back in time and meet Professor X and essentially sell him the technology for the Danger Room. So that's because he would know that the X-Men would need it to practice for all the things that were coming, right?
Wasn't it later? Didn't they make the Danger Room Shi'ar technology or something?
Yeah. I like the idea that Cable,
That's kind of cool too. But
actually better, I think. But yeah, some of his ideas, man. I think when he explains it, like he's that X-Force run was phenomenal. In terms of like story and like the reveals and stuff, I was like, that was pretty smart for like a 20-something.
What's so funny is I don't remember a lot about the stories back then. I remember the art, but I don't remember the stories.
That's because the stories were kind of forgettable.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah.
But I remember the art much more than I remember the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, a lot of those stories. Well, the Claremont stories, like when he was on point, were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But like Rob Liefeld's stories, were all forgettable.
That's right.
it's so funny as I remember reading those things and I don't remember what happened in the stories.
Well, it was also 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
Just to be fair, I'm not saying we're old. I'm
but
just saying
you know
it's
what?
30
You know,
years.
when I watched New Mutants, I'm pretty sure when I read the Demon Bear saga, Rain wasn't gay.
Mhm.
no, she wasn't. Spoiler.
Yeah, but still, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember that. Plus, I also remember a time in her life where she was obsessed with Havoc on when they were part of X Factor.
Well, that's because she had to be, because she was, when they were in um what was the name of that place where they made slaves out of
Genosha.
Genosha, she was not assigned to him, but forced to be his like personal guard or whatever.
Mhm.
So that's why she felt protected of him, because she was kind of assigned to him. That was a storyline I remember. God, that was a long time ago too.
Yeah, but I remember when they were X Factor, like she was in love with him or something.
Yeah.
And it was inappropriate because she was still kind of young. He was like, nah, no thanks.
Always liked him and Polaris.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But there is that era where he was cucking Scott.
Yep, he was hooking up with Maddie right before the Inferno storyline. Yep. All right, let's see. Blue Samurai's here, and he's got a bunch of stuff, but I'm having a hard time reading it, so I'll do my best. He says, "Hello, great to be here. Not as late as I normally am." Okay, well, very good. He says, "Hi, Andrew. I'm doing well. How about you? I'm 10 minutes late and catching up from the start, but you usually ask how we're doing, and I will. How you doing? Good. All right." I was getting there. I'm having a hard time focusing my eyes this evening. My issue is really starting to bother me, in the fact that my eye gets very, very sore because it doesn't blink and work properly. But that's my issue, not yours.
Does it just not blink at all, or is it just like every now and then?
Well, I have to. That's like when I lay down to go to sleep, I close my eyes. My eyes, well, you can close your eyes, but you can't blink. I said, well, yeah, I can force my eye to close, but the natural blinking sensation doesn't happen. So my eye tends to stay open the entire time while I'm working it. It's a pain in the ass when I'm driving or when I'm trying to read or when I'm near a fan, because my eye's not, it's constantly being open and getting too much sun or too much air, and it gets irritated and cries. And
do you have to put eye drops in your eye?
Yes, I have eye drops right here.
Have you thought about wearing an eye patch?
I have, but the only eye patch I've been able to find is like in the Halloween section for like a Pirate's eye patch. They don't sell eye patches at the store.
Bro, there's this thing called Amazon.
Yeah, I know.
They do at the drugstore, at least they used to.
Well, I've been to both Target and to Walmart and in their area, and they didn't have anything like that.
Dude, you can probably get it on Amazon right now for like 30 seconds. You could find an eye patch on Amazon. I guarantee it.
Probably, but I have a hard time with depth perception when I'm covering that eye. I mean, I can see out of it. It just gets blurry and irritated. And
well, I'm saying is that I totally get that. But what I'm saying is you could use that not all day, because that's not probably good for you. But if you used it for like drawing or used it for like live streaming or something.
Well, my doctor is concerned about it, so we'll see what happens next.
What's that? What's the concern about?
That it's continuing as long as it has. It's usually something that clears up within a few weeks, and it's been over a month now. So I'm smiling.
Well, you don't look any uglier.
Well, see, the worst part is if I'm eating solid foods, like if I'm eating a hamburger, it's hard to open my mouth wide enough to put the hamburger in. But if it's small stuff that I can break off into small bits, I can put it in my mouth and eat it no problem. But you should see me trying to eat cereal. Just dribbles right out of my mouth. It's just, and what's so funny is I had started to switch to cereal for breakfast instead of going to Whataburger. I bought cereal because I like Raisin Bran and so forth, and I've got boxes and boxes of cereal, and I'm not touching them because I can't sit down and eat them properly.
Oh my God. I don't mean to laugh. It's just funny.
No, it is. It is. I actually had a bowl of cereal the other night, and I'm like, my wife, are you okay? And I'm like, I just can't keep it in my mouth.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just so funny. Dude, that's crueler than anything I say, dude. Like, that's so much crueler than anything I could come up with.
It's all right. It's all right. All right, let me see what else he said. He said, did Andrew just brag that he made his wife happy with a burrito? Awesome, man. Very, very resourceful. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's so many things. Like, I'm trying to be good.
He says, when I picture Andrew running, all I see are very intent eyes close up. Okay. He says, that's what Cable and Strife bit was my favorite X stuff back then. It's probably the only LaFeld I've liked. He says, okay, he's all caught up now. Okay, very good, very good. I liked Rob Liefeld on Hawk and Dove. That limited series that he did was actually really good. I enjoyed that a lot. I don't think looking back, I don't think there's anything else I can think of that I really enjoyed from him. I bought a whole bunch of his crap, and we studied it and pored over it for the longest time. But I think that was more of everybody said he was great, so we should pay attention to him. He was never one that I really, 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 really,
Who is this? LaFeld?
Yeah. But
yeah, I mean, I can't lie, man. I always enjoyed his New Mutants, and I really enjoyed his X-Force. I really did. I still like them.
Yeah, but see, what's so funny is
they're not well drawn. They're fun,
When I look at his New Mutants, I look at what came right before him, and that was the super underappreciated Brett Blevins. Who completely and utterly rocked it. Every single issue I've seen him do was fantastic.
Yeah,
he doesn't get any of the credit Rob got, And oh man, that one summer special, New Mutant summer special with the entire thing's 80 pages and it's nothing but Brett Blevins artwork. It is freaking fantastic from start to finish. It's gorgeous. And nobody even knows it exists. And it's such a shame, It's funny. It's like talking about who came first. Was it Paul Smith or John Romita Jr. on X-Men?
I don't remember which one those was first.
I think they jumped around. I think they went back and forth for a bit, but a lot of people talk about the John Romita Jr. and they talk about the John Byrne run, but Paul Smith had a fantastic run on X-Men as well. It's like those things that you forget about because somebody else is a flash in the pants, and gets more of the credit.
Pan, not pants. Flash in the pants is something else.
That's what I said.
No,
Pan.
you said pants.
I'm pretty sure I said pan.
No, you didn't. But that's fun.
Rewrite the tape. I think it's my mouth. That's why you guys.
So yeah, your mouth loves flash in the pants.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
No, but I will say that it's interesting to me, and I'm still trying to figure it out. I genuinely don't know why this is the case, but it does seem like if you look at the artists who were really popular when we were kids, the only exception to the rule is Jim Lee. Okay. But it seems like if you really look at the artists that we really liked, most of them weren't really good technical artists. Do you know what I mean?
Their stuff is just exciting and different.
Yeah, like I mean, Art Adams was probably an exception, but he was already not drawing a monthly book. But like, you know,
He
like-
never did a monthly book.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say that Jason Pearson was a good technical artist, but his stuff was exciting as hell.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say that Mike Mignola was a technical artist, but his stuff is exciting as hell. And then you look at like McFarlane, the hottest ones, like McFarlane was up there, obviously, and LaFeld. Like they're really not that. I mean, especially those guys, like it's like the more popular they were, the more popular you are, the worse you draw. And I'm trying to figure that out.
It's because this stuff is expressive. Like someone that draws photorealistic, like, well, you know what? Let's take Alex Ross. Is his stuff really all that exciting?
No, not at all.
No,
No, it's not.
it's pretty.
Yeah, but it's not exciting.
Yeah.
But it's pretty. That's the reason I'm like Beyond Kingdom Come, I fell off of liking his, like, I don't hate him. I don't have anything against him, but after Kingdom Come, I fell off that hype. I fell off of really liking him and following him.
Do you know what's really funny is there's an art book for Alex Ross, and I'm flipping through because my daughter loves Alex Ross's art, and it's all the same stuff over and over and over again. It's gorgeous, but it's just all the same boring regular stuff. He took a shot at doing a Bruce Timm style. Now, just imagine Alex Ross doing Bruce Timm style, and when I saw that, I was like, "Oh!" I was like, "That's great! Where's that comic? I want to read that comic."
Yeah, I remember
But
this.
he did it because he was just screwing around. He was just screwing around. It wasn't something he was planning on doing.
Who was it that told him that he should draw in that style, that he would be more popular? Someone told him this. I can't remember who.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, hold on a second. I want to take a step back, and I had mentioned it before and when we were talking about Rob Liefeld, it's the artists that came before them. You know, somebody who became popular, but we ignore the person who came before them. Another really good example, and Todd hit it, was Jim Lee. When Jim Lee hit X-Men blew up, but who came before him? Mark Silvestri, you know?
Mhm.
And that's some of the best art of Mark Silvestri's career was X-Men. Because if you think about it, when he moved on to Image, it was all splash pages. And, you know, how many times did we open up a Cyberforce comic and it's an entire page is just somebody's face? You know, it went to, you know, the quick and the fast and the splashy. But
He started copying that homage style too.
Yeah. It's like who came before the ones that became popular? Like, who was the artist before Todd McFarlane took over Amazing Spider-Man?
I don't know. I didn't buy Amazing Spider-Man.
Buscema was doing Spectacular Spider-Man. Rick Leonardi was doing fill-in issues for Amazing Spider-Man, and Ron Frenz.
Mm-hmm.
All of which are fantastic artists in their own right. But when Todd hit that title, nobody cared, you know, because he was the new fresh flash in the pants. And like it was, I did it again, didn't I?
You totally did, man.
I'm not gonna be able to blame that one away.
You can't
But,
you can't deny that one.
But if you think about it, who came after Todd McFarlane?
Larson.
Larson, and then who came after Larson?
Oh man.
Mark Bagley.
Yeah, Bagley. Yeah.
And Bagley's run on Amazing Spider-Man was great. And he went on to do Ultimate Spider-Man and pretty much not designed, but defined that entire series. But then who followed him?
I don't know. I didn't buy the Spider-Man books.
Todd knows this one.
Who followed who? Bagley?
Bagley on Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, Bagley.
You're going to kick yourself if you don't know this.
On Ultimate Spider-Man, that would have been
You got it. Come on, say it.
No,
One of the greatest artists out there right now. One of the greatest modern artists out there right now.
it was Hitch, yeah?
Nope.
No. It was either Hitch or Casada.
Nope.
No, I don't know.
Stuart Immonen.
Oh yeah.
And it
Right.
was fantastic.
Yeah. See, Stuart Immonen does not get the same kind of hype.
He does not.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like he's a technical like wizard. Like that guy, you know.
Yeah, he's had some stuff that just will blow you away. Gorgeous. His run on New X-Men, his creator-owned stuff with Mark Millar, or was it Bendis? Who did the Princess series?
I don't remember.
I think that might have been a Bendis, or maybe I swear it was Mark Millar. But you know which one I'm talking about, Todd, right?
I do, yeah.
The space adventure one, which is really, really good. Empress, yes. It was good.
Yeah, that was excellent. That was really good. Yeah,
I would love to see him do more creator-owned stuff because I think his stuff is so great.
His creator-owned stuff is my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
I like his creator-owned stuff quite a bit.
Yeah, who followed Dale Keown on the Hulk? Gary Frank. Now, granted, it wasn't great Gary Frank, but nobody talks about that at all.
Well, it's interesting. They talk. LaFell talks a lot about how like they realized early on the last thing you want to do is follow a good artist. Like he said, the last thing he would have ever wanted to do was follow Walter Simonson's Fantastic Four run, because no one's gonna remember that. Like no one's gonna remember it. And that's why he actually has some interesting points. I know a lot of it is him tooting his own horn. It's not egotistical. It's not egotistical. It's not bad at all. But
the Jeff Purvis following McFarlane on Hulk.
Right. Like forget it. You're like, who?
Yeah, he did not do well.
But the interesting thing is, like, from LaFell's perspective, he was like, so Spider-Man came out and sold 3 million copies. X-Force #1 came out and sold 5 million, and then Jim Lee came out and sold 8, right? And those numbers still hold to this day. And what's interesting though is, and I never really thought of this. So you got to give the guy props. He was like, LaFell was really the only one that wrote his entire ticket. Like Spider-Man was a hot book, and X-Men was a hot book, but New Mutants nobody gave a shit about. It was a failed book, and so within like 5 months, he pushed it into like 700,000 copies, right? And it was interesting because by X-Force 100, those were also all original characters, like Feral and Domino and even Warpath. Like those were all original LaFell.
Shatterstar.
That's a whole new team with zero history. Like those characters, nobody knew who they were. And so for that book, when X-Force 1 dropped, those were really like brand new characters with almost no. The only one that had history at that point was like Cable, who had been around for about a year and a half. So it was really interesting. Like when you think about it like that, like he kind of really did kind of create her own inside of Marvel his own way. I just thought it was a very interesting perspective.
Right.
I
may have to go check. I got caught up on the 3 that were about the Heroes Reborn. I think he did a 4th one. I haven't listened to that one yet, but he was teasing. What was the one? The Jack Kirby or the Fighting American. He was teasing that, and I hadn't listened to that one yet.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of gold nuggets in there, man. I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. You know what? One of the things I have a whole stack of. There was a time when Wizard magazine was like huge, and there were other companies that attempted to do magazines similar to Wizard. There was Hero was one. Mm-hmm. Overstreet actually did one called Fan. I have, for some reason, a whole stack of Overstreet Fan magazines, and I was flipping through one, just looking at some of the different articles and different topics and all, and those might make interesting videos worth of stuff if you just check them out. But there was one that I flipped open, and it was about the time of the Heroes Reborn. You remember how LaFell was saying like Captain America was like the hottest property? It was like really up there. On the top 10, it was like number 12. I was like, number one. I'm like, okay. Rob said it was up the top, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, it probably was when it first came out. I mean, he does seem to have like the he calls the receipts, but he quotes specific books too.
Yeah,
It might not have been Wizard. He hates, dude. If you listen to enough, he hates those people at Wizard. He hated
really?
them. Oh man, he trashes them left and right. Because basically, what they would do is they would buy artists basically, and they would promote certain artists that they would invest in and stuff. Crazy stuff, like real. Yes.
Wonder if Bart Sears was on that list because he did a lot of Wizard covers.
Maybe.
Remember that he went under a pen name too, but everybody knew it was Bart Sears.
Yeah, it was so obviously Bart Sears.
Whitman or something was what he called himself.
That's right.
Yep. There was some history there.
Whitman. Oh my God.
Yeah, he called himself like Walt Whitman or something.
Walt Whitman. It was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Because he was under contract. I don't think he was supposed to be doing that stuff.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I think that was part of the story. He was under contract with either Marvel or DC.
Yep.
And he was doing covers for Wizard. So he went by a pen name, but everybody and their brother knew it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has the most recognizable style. Like,
well, Andy Smith kind of macked on his style for a long time.
Yeah, I think Andy Smith used to ink him too.
Yeah. Well, that's like Brian Hitch used to ink. What's his name? Alan Davis, or he did work with Alan Davis at some point. That's why he looked a lot like him.
yeah,
Alan Davis, Neil Adams.
Yep.
Well,
everybody's got to start somewhere, copying somebody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there was a time there was a whole group of dudes that all aped Neil Adams. It was Alan Davis.
Yep.
Bill Sienkiewicz's fairly early stuff was pure Neil Adams clone.
right.
There were a couple other people, and then later, like when Buzz came along, that's what Buzz did.
Yep. But it's taking that initial style and creating your own from it.
Mm-hmm.
If at some point somebody looks at you and go, your style still looks like something. And what's so sad is we used to know a guy back in high school that thought Rob Liefeld was the bee's knees. And years later, I ran into him again, and he was still trying to be a Rob Liefeld clone.
I think he still liked Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, that's been.
I haven't spoke to him in forever, but I'm friends with his wife on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I remember in like eighth grade, he was like, "I'm going to marry that girl." He married that girl.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, man. like he was in love with her in eighth grade. They ended up together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to hear something really crazy?
I'm not going to say anything. What is crazy, Andrew?
I'm gonna make you guys feel old. My oldest turns 27 this month.
Cool.
You guys remember what you were doing when you turned 27?
No, probably drinking.
I was married with 2 children at 27.
You want a cookie?
No, not particularly.
I believe I moved to New York at 27.
You know what I really, really want? Candy corn. I went down the Halloween aisle today at Target, and the candy corn. Oh my God!
Andrew, I love you. The last thing you need is candy corn.
Yeah. That's the last thing.
Your days of candy corn are over.
Guess who doesn't have candy corn right now?
Hopefully you.
And it was on sale too.
Hopefully, Avery says, "Hopefully you."
No candy corn. Even though there was. I was looking to find something. I was looking to find something new and interesting, and I haven't found anything.
You do realize I only fake pray for your death. That's a bit, right?
I know.
God, you dummy.
Yeah, let's try to live longer, guys. Can we do that? Is that a thing we can attempt to do?
I have a very short list of things I want to accomplish, and I want to get those done first. And
We
then
all
I can-
survived. We all survived our teenage years. Can we like at least try to make it to like our 70s or 80s? Can that be a goal?
yeah. 80s, 70s, 80s. What are you out of your mind? Oh, my wife's grandmother turns like 93 soon. It's like, oh my God. I can't imagine being 90. I'll be happy. I'll be happy getting to 60, I think.
Why?
How depressing. I don't know. 60 seems like a nice round number.
Horrific.
Yeah, I know. Oh, anyway. So what you got going on, Avery? Anything good you want to tell everybody about?
Lost Pages is still funding. They're not closed out yet. That art tier, original arts tier, is still available.
Oh, okay.
If you go to my Twitter, you can see where Mistwood Publishing added a shirt to their store where I retweeted it with my artwork on it. If you want to pick that up,
Very
Awesome.
Cool.
and I think Dillard said my artwork's going to be the back cover for the Buckler.
Hey.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, if he did, that's fantastic. If he
And you can
didn't,
see-
that's
you can
if he did that, wait, shut up. If he did, that's fantastic. If he didn't, that's a great way to blackmail him.
Yeah. Well, if you go to my Twitter, you can see the piece where I inked one of Dillard's and colored one of Dillard's pieces.
Oh, okay. Are you still working on that one with the antlers and whatnot?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you colored that.
Yeah.
It's done? Oh, well,
Share it, man.
And I finished my cover idea for Wendigo Black, and that's on Twitter too.
Oh, share it here.
oh, geez, Louise, we got to go to Twitter. This is what happens when I'm never on Twitter.
Oh yeah, plus you got a shout out. Blue Samurai Zero got you a shout out.
I did see
on
that.
someone else's show.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yes,
Whose show?
Michael Bancroft's show.
Nice.
oh, okay. That's awesome.
They even did the shout out too. They went through a bunch of people. And here's Andrew not paying attention, not engaging with his audience, who's trying to engage with him.
Well, it was on. Oh, cool. Let me look at this.
And on that corresponding episode, as he's going through channels, he brings up your channel.
That's awesome. Check it out.
Oh,
Todd.
that is awesome. That is so cool. Hold on, let me make this full screen. Oh, dude, that is awesome.
That came out great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is awesome. Was he stoked?
Yeah.
I love the Canadian flag symbol in the back. That's just awesome.
Avery, can you share the black and white?
Is that there somewhere?
No, I haven't. Let me go find it. Let me close out this. I'm working on pencils for the next page of Wendigo. Let me find the inks.
Is the Wendigo black thing on here as well?
Yeah, it's on there.
All right, let me find it real quick.
I did a Nexus piece too.
You did a Nexus piece?
Yeah, it's on Twitter.
Goddamn, Avery.
I can bring them up and share them here too.
Yeah, Andrew's trying to find it. I don't think he's very good at Twitter. Oh, there you go. There's a.
Oh, wow.
That is dope, dude. That's serious.
That's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, that's
I like
fucking
it. I like
sick, dude. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
I want to see the black and whites to this too. Pull this up too.
All right, hold on.
You know, the older I get, the more I like black and white. That looks crazy, dude.
All right, let me share screen.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
very nice. I like that one too.
Yeah, that's like an old school Avery style Nexus.
All right, I'm sharing.
Okay.
There's the black and white for the Wendigo.
Oh, that's so good, dude. That is ill. That is like, I don't even know. It's like I mean, I see like Magnolia in there, but like buried. Like, man, that is deep.
How big is that original?
It's on 12 by 18, slightly bigger than 10 by 15 image.
That's
like
awesome.
10.3 by 15.3. There's the Nexus.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Here's the inks for the Dillard. Me inking Dillard's pencils.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it looks really good. So good, dude.
Thanks.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, your cover is sick as hell. So I hope you know what I'd like to see now is like I wonder what page 1 would look like.
You've seen page 1.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Okay, fine. Page 2.
I'm penciling page 2 now.
Awesome.
I'm doing the digital pencils to print out and ink. Yeah, and
Cool.
this original art tier for this original is still on the campaign for the Lost pages.
I think it's so dope.
Still available if anybody would like it. Pants.
Very good.
Dude, your style has gotten so evolved, man. It's crazy to see.
It's pretty. Very pretty.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, Dillard was happy about how that came out.
Good.
well, he better be. All right. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this evening. I appreciate everybody, especially Blue Samurai, for coming by and visiting. And got the store tomorrow. So if anybody's in the neighborhood and wants to come by and buy some comics, I got a whole bunch of new ones, cheap, if anybody's interested.
All
Nope.
right.
Nah, yeah. And we got a whole bunch of new Legos, too. We all love Legos. He said, Blue Samurai says, I don't know how your medical stuff was going. We'll pray for you. And Dan Bongini. But Dan Bongino. Okay. Well, my medical stuff is just fine. I'm kicking ass, taking names, and
drooling milk.
Right? And drooling milk. Yeah. Don't ask what else I drool. It's not nice. It's not pretty. But
All right, hold on. Let me show the T-shirt real quick.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, Mistwood Publishing. If you go to his Twitter, you can find the link in mine. He has the shirt available on his site.
oh, okay. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so go check this out. Pick up a shirt. You know, if you buy stuff from the people that hire me, they might want to hire me again.
Where's the shirt? Where's that shirt at?
It's on Mistwood Publishing site.
Mistwood Publishing.
Yeah, that fantasy novel I did the visual companion for.
Yep.
Mhm.
This is one of the pieces of art he's put on the T-shirt.
What does it say? It's backwards. So what does it
Yeah,
say?
it is backwards. It's the character's name.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't remember it off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Narbad Strongheart.
very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, Todd, you got anything you wanna promote?
No, man, I'm good tonight. I think I'm just tooling away over here.
Okay.
Are you working on your own idea?
I am, yeah.
Good.
So I was saying, I don't. Were you on?
No, he wasn't on last week.
So
We had a weird conversation on stream, but it was a much better conversation off stream because what he was saying on stream wasn't making any sense to anybody who was listening, but I was following, just not able to verbalize what it was he was trying to tell me. Afterwards, I kind of said, now what you mean is this? And he's like, yes, exactly. So,
but we'll talk off. As soon as Andrew hits the end button, I'll tell you about it, Avery, so I don't have to bore everybody who saw that.
All right, cool. Thank you everybody for coming by. We'll catch you all next week. And I really do want to start live streaming more this month, October. So we may pick up an extra day next week. I haven't decided exactly when, But I'll let y'all know. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for checking us out. What?
And remember, flash in the pants.
Flash in the pants.
Flash
That's
in
right.
the pants.
Good night, everybody.